There's also a lot of infrastructural changes downtown. As you can see at the end of this street, barricades have been placed, and that's to prevent what happened on January 1st from happening again. Minutes ago, Nick Sirianni was up on stage behind me praising CJ Gardner-Johnson. He says that around him, you really can't have a bad day, that his energy is infectious, and that he's somebody that teammates look to lift him up. It's opening night in New Orleans, and they're eagerly awaiting. In just 20 minutes, the Eagles will take to the field, shortly followed by the Chiefs. It's electric in here. We just had a second line, a brass band, and there's lots more excitement for the night. Stay tuned. We'll have more coming for you live from New Orleans. I'm Faith Pinnow. Thanks so much, Danielle. That's right. We're catching all the throws right now down along the parade route. It's the first time that New Orleans has ever held a parade for the Super Bowl. In fact, the first time that there's ever been one to celebrate the big game. But that's what the city does best, and trust me, fans are loving it. At the heart of Boston's West End is TD Garden, home to the Boston Celtics. Now, it's one of the city's most visible nods to their strong Irish culture. It's not just the green jerseys, the leprechaun mascot, or the shamrock logo. Again, focusing on getting those offensive boards. Babson's a team that's going to take advantage and try to really convert on those. But I mean, you have players like Asher Gardner, who is absolutely relentless, and so I think they're going to be looking a lot to him this evening. You continue to learn and improve so much season by season. What's one thing you think this season you really tightened up and locked in on?
This season's been weird, just playing tackle for the first time. So just trying to, do the best I can out there.
And in more sports news, the city of champions, Boston Celtics, have been the talk of the town. Now the most winningest NBA team of all time is getting even more of the spotlight. The Celtics are back in the NBA playoffs, and Boston is bleeding green. For those feeling the luck of the Irish, you might want to celebrate the C's win with a drink. She captained Minnesota for the inaugural season, helping her team to win the first Walter Cup trophy. And while there are many more women who have added lasting impact to the sport, one thing is for certain: the list will only continue to grow. This year in New Orleans, however, the Eagles flew away with a 40-22 win. It was an upset that most of the world didn't see coming. Everyone, that is, except for Jalen Hurts and his teammates.
It's incredible. I think that there's law enforcement 20 plus at every corner. I feel very safe.
That was the mission. The deadly New Year's Day attack on Bourbon Street led Super Bowl organizers to heighten security across New Orleans.
We went out and issued an executive order under which we created an enhanced security zone in the French Quarter, something that had not been done before.
Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry said that fans can expect to see more police and military around the city's busiest neighborhoods. As far as the eye can see on Bourbon Street and throughout the French Quarter, there's a large security presence. Local police, state police, and the National Guard are out in full force this weekend. That's to make sure that fans that come out to cheer on their team on Sunday are safe no matter what happens. But it's not just the presence of law enforcement that's going to keep fans safe this weekend. There's also a lot of infrastructural changes downtown. As you can see at the end of this street, barricades have been placed, and that's to prevent what happened on January 1st from happening again.
This is definitely going to be a safer event.
Private security contractors Vicky and Jason traveled from Philadelphia with their 2 explosive detection dogs ahead of the big game. They'll add another layer of protection against threats, particularly in crowded areas like the French Quarter.
They do things like find explosives, guns. These guys can find whatever their target odor is with efficiency and accuracy like nothing else on the planet.
Even for those who won't be going to the game on Sunday, a higher police presence makes it easier for visitors to enjoy the Big Easy.
They're making sure that you feel safe. They're making sure that their presence is felt, and I feel it. It's great.
Nearly 3,000 law enforcement officers have been deployed ahead of Sunday's big game. And as the city prepares to host their 11th Super Bowl, football fans are promised their safest game day experience yet. From New Orleans, Faith Pinnow, WEBN Boston. The NFL is tackling student hunger in New Orleans ahead of Super Bowl 59. A kickoff event at Benjamin Franklin High School celebrated a partnership with Gen Youth, a national nonprofit that's bringing grab-and-go breakfast carts to high schools across the city.
It's a critical and vital need that they're meeting because
it's going to help our kids thrive.
New Orleans Saints linebacker Demario Davis knows that food is fuel. Now, thanks to the new Fuel Up stations, students have access to free, healthy meals to jumpstart their days.
We do see a difference in how our children show up each and every day in school when they have food. They can't learn when they're thinking about things that they don't have.
In Louisiana, 1 in 4 children wake up in the morning and wonder where their next meal will come from.
Sometimes I don't go to my speech and debate practices because I am so tired and I don't eat, and so I end up at home and I just don't do well and I fall asleep.
This year, Gen Youth is helping to supply meals to 59 schools in New Orleans for Super Bowl 59. That's over 9 million meals to students all across the city.
The education system is only going to be able to maximize if the students are able to take hold of it and come in and be able to learn. And to be able to do that, you have to have those vital things like breakfast.
Children don't care to learn until they learn that you care.
Gen Youth is continuing their hunger initiative Saturday with Taste of the NFL. The fundraising event is open to the public and will feature bites from the best chefs in the Big Easy. From New Orleans, Faith Pinnow, WEBN Boston.
The NBA's free agency negotiation period officially kicked off Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And even though it's a holiday weekend, we're going to cover everything that's happened so far today, Monday, July 3rd. Let's go. Big news to kick off the day, the Minnesota Timberwolves and Anthony Edwards are finalizing a 5-year max contract extension that could be worth up to $260 million. While the contract hasn't been signed yet, sources say that the two sides spent the weekend negotiating and landed on a deal early Monday morning. A little on the rumor mill, Brian Windhurst appeared on the Hoops Collective podcast this morning and reported that Tyrese Maxey will not be leaving the 76ers and that the organization has been making it clear over the past few days that they have pretty much no intention of trading the guard. Free agent forward Torrey Craig has agreed to a 2-year contract with the Chicago Bulls, sources told ESPN just a few hours ago. The Celtics have played it safe so far in free agency, but this morning they look to add some more depth to their roster. Boston picked up O'Shea Brissett and Delano Banton, making the team longer on the wing where they had a huge hole to fill. For more NBA updates and sports news, make sure you're subscribed to the Morning Blitz. You can hit the link in our bio and follow us on socials at morning_blitz. Stay smart, sports fans. It's Thursday, June 15th, and here's what you need to know in sports. The Athletics got the final approval from Nevada legislature yesterday to publicly fund a portion of their proposed $1.5 billion stadium in Las Vegas, where they plan to relocate. Astros shortstop Jordan Alvarez will be sidelined for at least 4 weeks with an oblique strain. Meanwhile, Mets pitcher Drew Smith was suspended 10 games following his ejection against the Yankees on Tuesday after umpires found a sticky substance on his hands. And in football, Bills wide receiver Stephon Diggs was present at mandatory minicamp after missing the team's first session on Tuesday. And the SEC revealed their 2024 conference schedule, which has all 14 current SEC teams slated to play Oklahoma or Texas. Welcome back, rivalries.